Hi everyone, hi Nick. Have another project share. Completed journal. Just finished it. Just this last few minutes. This is a really chunky one very chunky signature. Kind of got a little out of control there, but that's okay. So it makes them fun. So we have one really big signature, soft cover. Random paper and ephemera. I used a lot of things from my scrap box and my stash for this one. Excuse me, this one's a little bit bigger than what I've been doing. It measures 9 by 6.5, and the cover is a mailing envelope, clasp envelope, one of the 9 by 12 ones. Let's see, seam binding closure. There's a lot of sewing in here. Bought myself a new sewing machine, so of course I had to try it out, and so there's a lot of, it does all these really cool quilting stitches and so forth, but I couldn't sew a quilt or a garment to save myself, but I can manage to do this okay. So it's got a lot of sewing, random paper. This is a white envelope, so it's inked up really well. Back is just plain with the stitching. Let's see, there's a piece of canvas under the image, and I just frayed it. So it's kind of frayed all the way around. And then the bird image, this one, and there's some tags. There's a tag set that goes along with this. These are from Cameo Shop. And I inked it and then I stitched it. I stitched it on here and put it at an angle. The paper is glued as well as stitched down. Pamphlet stitch for this sewn in signature. Seam binding closure. It's just a bow. If I can find it. And there's just one eyelet. It just goes around. There's just one eyelet because I wanted to leave the pocket open. And if I put the eyelet through it, you can't leave the pocket open. So you just have just the one, and you just wrap it. And this is the whole 2 yards or more of seam binding. So if I can keep this in frame, we will go inside. It's just one big piece, and I just glued it on. It's plain, just glued on. And it's all random paper. Everything's coffee dyed. I just dug around in my boxes of stuff and started pulling out. I wanted to do something blue because I've got a lot of blue seam binding, and I generally don't ever choose blue, although my living room is blue. I have a lot of blue in here. I love blue. I, for some reason, don't choose blue paper very often, so I thought, what the heck. And so I pulled out what I thought went together that was kind of all in a, blues and teals and that kind of thing. There's a lot of ephemera in here, a lot of tucks and flips and all sorts of stuff. It got a little bigger than I intended. This is the jelly bean soup pockets. This is just a cut down index card. I finally broke down and bought the retired Stampin' Up, the one that makes these Stampin' Up tab punch. I broke down and paid the 50-something bucks on eBay and got one. So I'm glad I have it. I didn't want to pay $50 for a punch, but that's really the only way you're going to get one. So I used it a lot. There's a tag there, and I have a mixture of ephemera from Tsunami Rose, Cameo Shop, and Marion Smith. And I'll try to let you know as we go along. And I just have some large tags, and I did stamp the tags. And they have seam binding on the top. These are just ones I made from some really lightweight cardstock. Made the paper. I coffee dyed the paper quite a while ago. I just got around to cutting the tags out. some doilies, and we have the index card, the flip-ups. Some of them I got the lines going the right way, some of them I didn't. They're all stitched around the edges. They're stitched, and they're glued on. They're stitched around the edges. And some grosgrain ribbon here, and a butterfly, and a couple of pearls. Tag there, and some more ephemera. And this is one of Yvonne's envelope, oops, sorry about that. One of Yvonne's envelope pockets. And I have a large tag and some ephemera. And then behind it is just another piece of ephemera for journaling. And these are all stitched. Everything is stitched on, and then it's folded up and stitched up. And then glued on 3 sides. Some new timesheets that I found on Amazon, and if I have them right, it comes on a couple of pads. It's this here. And they're not time cards, they're just like they're just paper, time sheets. So I got those. I have them in a stack behind the camera. I have those. We have a top-loading pocket, and there's just 3 scalloped hearts and some eyelash trim and some lace. And a picture of a little girl who looks none too happy to be having to go to bed. And it's a little scrap of extra paper. And I bought a line stamp. It's just lines. And stamped that and folded it over, and I used a little butterfly for a little closure there. And another bit of ephemera. And these pockets, they are folded up and then stitched up rather than glued. And a paper bag. Some graph paper. Another corner pocket here. And that one flips up, and the lines aren't going the right way. We have 2 tickets, a piece of cheesecloth, and a scalloped heart. We have ephemera. This is an envelope, a little pocket from Marion Smith, and another tag. The side pocket here that's folded over and stitched. Ephemera and another tag. Doilies, some more coffee dyed paper. A double tuck here. And this is just a jumbo tag. When I coffee dyed it, I laid some doilies on top. It's a nice imprint. There's lots of room for journaling here. And some lined paper. Time card. Glassine bag that's been coffee dyed. This is one of my envelope pockets with a copy of a vintage postcard. And with another side pocket here, some more ephemera and another tag. And I found some what are those called? Stamps. Yeah, that's what they're called. Stamps at Walmart on the clearance, and they're kind of like tags, sort of lines. And this one actually ripped, but I mean for like $2, and then it came with a set of 4, so I didn't really care if it ripped. But I thought they were really cool, and for a couple of bucks, can't beat it. So you can use it to put lines on the back of tags. Some more coffee dyed paper. Another different kind of a pocket. Ephemera in the pocket. And I have another homemade tag, and this is from Dreams, etc. This is shrunk way down from what it actually prints out. They print out like 5x7 size. So this is a bunch that I shrunk down quite a while ago. I just found one left in my stash. And on here we got a little piece of cheesecloth, a little bit of lace, a little tiny heart, and that's all pinned on with a garment pin. You can see that, I guess. Nope. And we have another flip. This one flips down. And let's see, we have some eyelash trim, a scalloped heart, a scalloped circle, one of the tattered flowers, and then a little prima flower with a little bit of bling in the center. And then this is just a scrap of, from when I was cutting those cards out, tags out, just a little scrap of that paper, and this was a scrap left over from doing the pages, and I just put the lines on it. Another top-loading pocket, and this is just these little tiny wooden paper clips, clothespins, and there's just some extra hearts and circles that I just took and just clothespinned to the top of the pocket, like that. You can journal on the back, or you can add them elsewhere in the journal. And I have another one of these tags here, and a couple more bits of ephemera from Tsunami Rose. Some music paper, page. It's another one of envelope pockets with just another paper scrap inside. Corner punch this one. Some ledger paper, more lined paper. And this is just a corner tuck. I cut the index card in half, so this one does not flip up. And it is just glued on, and we've got a piece of green ribbon, a couple of tickets, and a couple butterflies and some pearls. Let's see, some ephemera. That's Captain Smith from the Titanic. Another one of these, and another one of these. They're blank on the back. And let's see, what do we got here? Oh yeah. We have a triple tuck here, so we go here, here, under, under, and under, so that's 3. We have this sort of a check, I guess. Yeah. Bank of Ireland facsimile of a ginormous check. Came in an ephemera pack that I bought. I don't even know where or when. I've had it for quite a while. I never make a journal big enough to actually use it. So, and this this does a flip out. So it's on this side too, and it makes a flip out. And this is the center, and I did butterflies on the string, and I just, instead of just on the ends, I tied knots on the ends of the string, and then I put them on the ends, but I also used the little tiny ones. And it's from the, I don't have the stamp right next to me. It's from that Martha Stewart stamp that does punch, that does the big one and then, or the larger one, and then the 2 tiny ones. And I took the tiny ones and I put them on either side of the string further up. Or something different. I don't know if I can get that so you can see it or not. It's about the best I can do without having my hands in the way. And we have another one of these scalloped pockets with a tag in there. A little journaling spot, that's Marion Smith, Tsunami Rose, and a jumbo tag. And there's another one of the folded up envelope pockets with another one of these, and ephemera. Another bit of lined paper, and we've got a little, this is from the Tim Holtz Tiny Tabs and Tags die there, and just a little tiny piece of blue satin ribbon. It's just clipped onto the pin with a garment pin. And that's the other half of the ledger paper, and I cannot stay in frame for the life of me today. Let's see. This is just a little scrap from coffee dyed paper, and I just folded it back and just stapled a little scallop card on there. It's another paper clip. And we have another corner tuck that does not flip up. We have a piece of grosgrain ribbon, a Martha Stewart butterfly, and a couple of banners, and this one is stamped with noted. We have another tsunami rose and another one with the large tags. Half of the book page and the music paper, and there's a little heart up here. I have another top loading pockets folded up and stitched, and I taped with the score tape the grosgrain ribbon down first, and then I just went along with the hearts and the butterflies, and I just attached them all the way across. And we have a little pocket. It's Marion Smith, and this is a tsunami rose, and this is just one of those doilies that you punch with one of those 8 punches, which are way behind me. It's one of those great big punches that does the doilies. You have the 6-inch square, and then you go around the corners and you flip it and do it again. That's what this is, and just for journaling or whatever. And another envelope pocket, and this is just a couple of the scraps of paper from the cover for some more journaling. And the top tuck here, just a bit of ephemera. Another pocket, some ephemera here. More there. That's the other half of the glassine bag and the time card. And the paper, the belly band with a big journaling card here. I have no idea where that came from. Another flip up. Got some grosgrain ribbon, some eyelash trim, a little butterfly, and a pearl. And another one of these, and some ephemera. And another envelope pocket here with a postcard. And it's a tight fit. There we go. And there's the other half of the paper bag. I have one more top loading pocket with a couple bits of ephemera and another jumbo tag. And I've got 2 banners, a couple of butterflies, and some eyelash trim. That's the other half of that timesheet. One more scalloped pocket with another tag in there. A couple more pieces of ephemera. And a doily. The back page and the back cover, and I have left this, lined it here, and I left it open. So you've got a huge pocket in here for extra bits. So there you have it, and there's the back cover. This will be listed on my Etsy shop, Pumpkin Patch Journal Designs from the Chair, and this will be listed on my Etsy. So hop on over there and check it out and see if you see anything else there if you're not interested in this one. And if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. And I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.